My name is Stacie Cox, and I am the Director of the Champaign County Department of Job and Family Services. I am pleased to share with you a series of video blogs that highlight Child Protective Services through the eyes of our community and our staff. Child Protective Services is an extremely complex field where employees often find themselves experiencing secondary trauma and high levels of burnout. Despite these heavy challenges our staff face, this is also some of the most meaningful work out there. I hope these blogs help to provide you a broad level perspective of the important work of Child Protective Services staff here in Champaign County.
My name is Stacie Petticrew. I'm the ongoing / adoption supervisor. Well, I don't know if I necessarily had a spark for children's services. I went to school for social work and I did an internship there. And I just sort of I liked it a lot. And so just when I got out of college, they offered me a job and I took it. So I think I had a really good mentor, um, who taught me a lot of things and would take me everywhere she went. And I just thought it was a challenging job, but it was comfortable for me. I mean, I like people. I like talking to people. So and it was the aspect of something new happens every single day. So you don't really go into work and you're like, so this is my day today and this is what's going to happen, because it's just not like that. And so I think that that's what was the most interesting part of it. So my day looks different every day, but so I supervise caseworkers who are ongoing caseworkers. So that means they have a case that's open with them and they're providing services for that family. So I supervise those caseworkers. They could also have cases where kids are in our permanent custody, um, and need a permanent home. So that would be an adoption case. And then we have it just because we're a smaller county, a lot of counties have like different units for different things, but we're pretty small, so we kind of do, as an ongoing caseworker, you kind of do a lot of those different things. Um, my day really does look different. I have a lot of meetings sometimes. I have a lot of I have supervision with my supervisor. I have a leadership team meeting. Then I have supervision with my caseworkers like bi-weekly. And then there's just other various meetings. Um, my favorite part really is probably just interacting with the caseworkers and talking about cases, and the administrative part of it for me is probably not something I'm in love with, but I can overcome that because I like all the other stuff. I think what's unique about it is there really is a lot of different aspects to this job. And so you don't necessarily have to get stuck in one thing if you don't want to. So you could be an intake caseworker and that looks a lot different than being an ongoing caseworker, but you're still working for children's services. And bigger counties have different units, but even within our own county, we learn a lot of different things. So you have to know about kids who need permanency, so the kids that are in our permanent custody, the kids that are in our temporary custody, and how to work reunification with parents. um, People that are just have their kids in their home but we're just trying to work with them. So there's just a lot of different aspects to it. I mean, there's the foster care aspect, the adoption aspect, and there's just a lot of different niches that you could sort of go into and not ever feel like bored or tired of it because it is really something different. I just generally like my job. There's been times that I've had like burnout through the years, um, but I just have typically found a way to get through it and try different things within the field. So I like the people I work with. We're a really good team here, so it feels really nice. It doesn't feel like it's hard to just come in and be here. I mean, I have the ability to work from home some, but I'm typically in the office every day because that's just my preference. Because I like everyone here and I just don't get sick of it, really. I think that people get bogged down and we may not always seem like we're trying to help people just because of the nature of the job. You're going to someone's house and you're going to talk to them about their kids and their personal life and their problems. And, you talk about their strengths too. But I just think predominantly we're seen negatively because we're not necessarily seen as people we're trying to help because it can be antagonistic sometimes, um, unfortunately. And so I just wish that people understood that we really are trying to help people. Um, we want them to succeed. We want their kids to be with them. We want all those things, and that we're really just trying to help. And I think it's hard for people to understand that. Oh my gosh. So I've worked in child welfare for 20, it'll be 28 years in July. So um, it's difficult to say because there are these moments, where you feel like, happy that something good, you know, because not everything that we do is something to, you know, necessarily right. It's just not. It's just like, but there are things that have happened that I know like that made a difference in this person's life, and adoptions are one of them. I mean, I think and I think everybody, whether no matter what unit you're in, you can get behind that, and it's like just a really special thing to see. But on the same token, just being able to reunify kids with their families is a really good thing too, so you don't sometimes you feel like this job might be getting you down or it's kind of thankless at times, but then those things do happen along the way that you're like, this worked out. This turned out, to be a good thing. So I just have necessarily one story just because it's been my whole life kind of. Um, but those good things do happen.
Thank you for taking the time to learn more about what our Child Protective Services staff do here on behalf of children and families in Champaign County.